Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and if this is the first time you're on my channel, welcome to my channel, and be sure to dab on that subscribe button. This video isn't going to be like anything like I've done on my channel before. For my college class, my anthropology class, I had the opportunity to design my own final, so I decided that I was going to make a YouTube video discussing conflicts that are happening in America as we speak. So, yeah, let's get this final YouTube video started. So the first topic I want to talk about is technology's role in society. Technology has a lot of great advantages, but at the same time has a lot of disadvantages. Like, for example, a disadvantage of technology is that it's becoming such a huge distraction for a lot of us. A distraction being as though like a lot of, you hear a lot of stories of people getting into car accidents because they're texting and driving. It's like, you know, I'm so addicted to my phone, I have to send this text out, or I have to reply to this text. But it's like, it can wait. But a lot of us don't think that we can wait because we're just so addicted to this technology. We're also becoming so reliable on technology that we're kind of stopped using our brains. Like, for example, if I want to figure out a math problem like 2 + 2, instead of using my brain, I'm going to just pull out my phone and use the calculator because it's more convenient for us. And although technology is convenient for us, it's, you know, it's not helping us use our brain and use our actual knowledge. Face-to-face conversations have become very minimum these days because we're just so used to texting or sending out emails that sometimes it could be an awkward situation to actually have a face-to-face conversation with people. Social media also plays a huge disadvantage into technology because we're so focused on other people's lives and we're looking at other people's lives like, oh, well, she has this and he has that, so that means I have to get it. Or she looks like this and he looks like that, so I need to look like that too. And it's becoming like a problem with our self-esteem because we're looking on others through social media instead of just focusing on ourselves. And instead of really enjoying the moment, we're so busy trying to capture it for Facebook or Instagram, and we can't really get a real sense of reality because we're just so into this technology. Not to mention, a lot of kids are getting cyberbullied because a lot of kids are on the internet now. And it was bad enough that we had bullying in school, but now you can't even escape that because now everybody's on the internet. So now any mean thing or nasty comment that I have to say, I'm just going to put it online because you're going to be able to see it too. The next topic that I want to talk about is food. Now, I love food. I know you love food. But are we really eating real food or is it fake food? Now, the difference between real food and fake food is that real food, I would say, would spoil within 2 to 3, maybe 4 days, tops. And that's even a stretch. But artificial food can last for a very long time. And that's really because it has a lot of pesticides and preservatives in it to keep it from spoiling from so bad. But all those preservatives are really bad to our body and those pesticides as well. The FDA found glyphosate, I'm just going to put that here. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. But it was used in the 1970s and almost everything, and it's linked to cancer. So all these pesticides and things that are going into our foods, that go onto our crops, like corn or soybean or wheat and oats, the FDA have found the glyphosate in almost all of those things, and it has been linked to cancer. Now, the FDA is still doing research on it and hasn't really released a result on this, but, you know, that's something to consider. You know, like, if we're eating our food, do we really know where our food is coming from? Do we really know what the difference is between real food and fake food? Because all I know is real food comes from the ground, you know, it's grown freshly. Not like McDonald's where, you know, they're pumping their cows or whatever with hormones just so they can produce more, or they're freezing their fries and it's not really cooked freshly. They're just trying to make money and make a profit. That's the thing, also, the difference between real food and fake food. I know, like, real food is expensive. However, you know, the bad food is going to end up killing us. So it's really a matter of a choice. Well, would you rather pay more money so you could be better, or do you want to eat cheaply and die quicker? So the next topic that I want to talk about is education. Education is so important, not just for ourselves, but for our kids, because they are the future. But America has a huge problem with education. Now, there are two types of education. There's formal and there's informal. Formal education being, you learn those from schools or religious practices or workplaces. Informal education is when you learn from your family and friends, your peers, your cultural beliefs, gender and age values, and personal experiences. Now, when it comes to learning in school, we do have this huge issue of parents not being involved in their kids' education. Just because there's a lot of single parent homes, so a lot of parents have to work, to put a roof over their kids' heads, put food on the table, so they're not making it in time to go to school and find out what's going on or help their kids with their homework because they're so busy working. Another issue is that there are a lot of kids that are dropping out of high school. Over half of the urban young black men that have no diploma, 60% of them are going to go to prison at some point in their lives. And this being as though, why are we not helping our youth finish and gain a diploma? That's something that we really should focus on, and it's a huge problem in America. And the last topic that I want to talk about is race. Now, America has a huge racial issue, and this racial issue has started with the past. Let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? I would say that racial issues started back in the 1600s when slavery first began, and slavery basically, there were white people that owned African Americans. And, after the Civil War and, the North won, and Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. However, there were still people, the white supremacy and the Confederates, the people that were in the South, believed that African Americans should still be slaves. And there are a lot of white people that look down on black people, and there's just a lot of racism that just happens today. It's so intense that, that we have police brutalities happening on the daily, that white cops are shooting black men. And I'm not just saying it's black men that are just the targets, it's also other cultures as well, but it's just the fact that kids are being shot that aren't carrying weapons, that are unarmed, and it's not fair that, we're being judged by our skin color. There are many polls that are taken across America dealing with race, and over the last 2 decades, and 3/4 of those polls say that people don't believe that there is a racial issue that is happening in America, which I don't understand how people can believe that, but that's just my own personal belief. I just feel as though with all these conflicts that are happening in America, I feel as though we should try to not judge one another by our skin color or by our culture. It's not fair. You should get to know a person. We all still bleed the same blood. We still shed the same tears. So why do we need to judge one just because of their skin color or their race or their sexual orientation? It's just not fair. Another solution that we can try to practice is trying to get parents more involved and working around their schedule so they can be involved in their kids' education, because that is very important for kids to gain knowledge and try to finish school and not drop out. Another solution I would say would be to stop putting pesticides and GMOs and all these things that are bad for our bodies into our food, because they're not helping us. They're only harming us and making our bodies worse and making us more sick. And the last solution that I would suggest is that we try to minimize the amount of technology that we use and try to use our brains more and not rely so much on technology. And if we do use technology, we try to use it to a bare minimum and not look to others and just try to focus on ourselves. So yeah, that concludes my final on the conflicts that are happening in America. I hope I summed up the things that I've learned and incorporated a little bit of my research into this well. And yeah, if you like this video, please like, share, comment. All my social media will be in the description box down below. Also my email, where you can email me topics that you want me to talk about or ask me for some relationship advice. Anyway, guys, I am back. This was actually my last final. I'm so glad that I'm getting it out the way, and now I'm free for the summer. And as told by Tammy is coming back with the videos, I swear, new video this Thursday. I'm back, baby. So yeah, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video.